A world champion once again. We're underway. Underway to recover, and that's how I am a world champion. A straight left that connects for Pacquiao. Sold out crowd at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Pacquiao.
Continued to say throughout the build-up of this fight that he was going to come and test Manny Pacquiao right away, and that's what's happening.
Pacquiao is crowd erupts with every exchange.
Set him up for that straight left hand.
Big right hand.
40 years old, so he's not the same Manny Pacquiao anymore. That's why he's trying to go at him right away.
Thurman is coming out in his previous outings.
There he goes.
Pacquiao was knocked out by Juan Manuel Marquez. Big straight left, overhand left that connected. Thurman is getting back.
Pacquiao clapping the gloves together. Oh, no!
Right hook that connected. He landed clean. Another straight left.
Keep Thurman at this point.
Thurman comes forward, looking up, back up, punches and angles that you don't think are even possible. Big straight left, another one. Pacquiao coming, Thurman away on Thurman. And that's the end of the second. And look at it. Ready and cut to try to land. Pacquiao with a straight left.
Pacquiao feints, doesn't come one time.
Big right hook that connected, catching Thurman.
Then
Thurman steps in with a left hook, and now Thurman's got to go to work.
Oh, Pacquiao right back with the counters.
Thurman, and with Pacquiao, one of the old.
His hands go those first couple rounds. Oh, nice, Pacquiao.
And Thurman got caught with a right hook. Final moments of round 3. They're exchanging.
Pacquiao lands him back with murderous body shots.
Thurman, I think Thurman's hurt. Thurman's hurt from that body shot. And now Pacquiao has a tight guard. I don't know if Pacquiao's hurt. Pacquiao is inviting him in.
Get off the shots, but then he's coming right back. It's not like he's moving out of the way of Thurman's shots. He's not afraid of his...
Of the fight thus far. But Pacquiao goes to the body and then comes upstairs. Hasn't done much in this fight thus far, Kendall.
Hasn't done much thus far, but he's fighting him inside.
A minute left, a right hook that connected. Hand speed. There is such a distinct edge as Pacquiao is hammering away on Thurman. Look at Pacquiao go. Is outworking and is landing combinations and is questioning himself as to what he needs to eat that sort of ideology.
You definitely do. Nice body shot by Keith Thurman.
Round number 5. This one is scheduled for 12. Keith Thurman's the...
And, you know, Keith Thurman really has to be careful. Not knocked out. Pacquiao is way ahead in this fight.
Oh, big shot by Thurman. There's another one.
Like Thurman hurt Pacquiao.
The Clearwater, Florida native, but a jab. Wherever you're joining us around the world, we greatly appreciate it. Hope you are enjoying this. Up Thurman. Right hook that connected by Pacquiao. Pacquiao's just so fast.
Oh.
Round. There's a bloody. This is the Manny Pacquiao show here in Las Vegas. A right hook. His body language does not lend itself to believe that he is confident by Pacquiao to begin the 6th round. Demolishing Keith Thurman. Oh, big right hand over. Right hand. Tonight, he is fighting one of the level. A body shot that too much. You saw him grimace for a brief second.
He's just too strong to keep at this point.
There's a right hand for Thurman.
With that left hand down. Oh, nice shot by Keith Thurman.
Right for us, Kendall Gill. And Thurman starting out strong here in the 7th. Now Thurman is changing his levels.
Fighter and veteran that he is, he's going to zero in on that.
Left hook to the bottom. Pacquiao. We'll see if Thurman. Oh, big right hand that connects. Thurman with a straight right.
Keith Thurman coming forward, knowing that he has to do something, expose him to turn this fight around. Waiting on Keith Thurman to come forward so he can land that ball to the left hand like he just did.
Thurman took a straight left and then he answered with the right hand. This is a...
Oh, nice shot.
That was a big punch. 7.
Nice body shot. Oh, nice
uppercut. And Thurman might be hurt. Thurman came in, but he answers with the right hand. They're slugging it out.
Now he has to build upon that, build some more confidence. Great move back.
Comes forward, goes to the body, and that connects upstairs. Right on the chin. 2, 100 seconds remaining here in the
shot that would affect this fight.
Well, in the early going, he looked overwhelmed, but what heart and determination by Pacquiao and Thurman. A straight. Pacquiao with a straight left. Darts in, punch combination, punctuated by that right hook, followed by a straight. He may not be as fast as he used to be.
Big right hand. Oh!
Big right hand, two big
His right hand and throws a left hook. If he can do that and be
believable, it is a marvel. In my power punches landed. It is squarely in the favor of Thurman.
Manny Pacquiao once again coming in.
We are 50% of the way done in round. Now the pace has settled in.
And those big power shots.
There's an overhand right, followed by there's a right hook.
But the thing is he the bigger man?
Thurman backing up. Pacquiao turns around and then answers back with a piston-like straight left.
Punches and still come forward. Feels like he's the stronger guy.
Round 10. This one is scheduled for 12. Thurman starting off strong behind on the scorecards. I think it's because.
And he's being effective with his attack. And Manny the last couple of rounds, so he is making the fight a lot.
Kendall has been landing with great frequency in this.
Being a southpaw when you're an orthodox fighter.
Thurman might be hurt.
Nice body shot.
Thurman is hurt.
He is hurt.
Thurman body shot. Thurman might be going down to the canvas. Thurman is hurt. Oh my goodness. Wait.
And he's protected.
50 seconds left. And put him on the canvas for a second time. But back comes Thurman. Thurman has reset himself.
Nice championship hard.
Oh my goodness. And proving why.
Manny goes right back down to the
champion. In the first round when he got lit up with a right hook that put him on the cap. Championship is on the line. Manny Pacquiao may be hurt. And again, Pacquiao toward the end could very well be near. What a right hook.
And all of the smack talk that went on pre-fight to keep
seconds here in the 11th round. Big right hand.
Big right hand. He might hurt Pacquiao.
Oh boy, Pacquiao.
But Keith Thurman is still trying to win it.
What a punch. Thurman with the right hand, and we're heading down whatsoever.
Keith Thurman right now, he's giving him angles, making it more difficult to hit.
Pacquiao with two straight lefts, right on the temple, and another one.
Left hand by.
That
does not want to lose his title tonight.
And his undefeated record is in peril against Pacquiao. 50 seconds left in the fight. Final moments. Big right here in Las Vegas. Pacquiao and Thurman a right hook, and that ends the fight.
Great fight.
Manny Pacquiao. By Geico. This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds for the WBO Welterweight Championship of the World. And now to the millions watching on ESPN and around the world, this is boxing, this is Top Rank, and this is the main event! Our judges at ringside, Dave Moretti, Patricia Morris-Jarman, and Benoit Roussel. And the man in charge at the sound of the bell, Mr. Tony Weeks. Introducing first out of the blue corner. He weighed in at 147 pounds, wearing white trunks with red and blue trim. He brings a record of 39 wins, only 2 defeats, 27 of those victories coming by way of knockout. The former welterweight world champion from Sheffield, England, the special one, Kell Brook! Introducing out of the red corner. He weighed in at 146.4 pounds, wearing black trunks with gold trim. He brings a perfect record, 36 wins, no defeats, 27 victories coming by way of knockout. The former lightweight world champion, the former undisputed junior welterweight world champion, the reigning, defending WBO welterweight world champion, the pound-for-pound king,
Okay, here we go. Okay, gentlemen, you both received your instructions in your dressing room. Okay, right here is good. Right here is good. I want a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Above all, protect yourselves at all times. Let's go.
Terrence Crawford again fighting not just an opponent, but the critics, the business of boxing, as he would simply tell you, the constant haters, those who try to debase his credentials, questioning who has he really fought, instead of looking at how he fights, what it looks like when he fights. The guy who's opposite him right now, Kell Brook, is a believer in how it should be done. Take the toughest fight. By doing that, he became a world champ once, and he had titanium fused to his orbital bones twice. Now he's refreshed. Can he do what no other fighter has, what 36 have failed at? We find out now. Round number one, and Dre, I offer you this. Among all the analysis of what could happen in this fight that gives Kell Brook hope is that Bud Crawford at times has been a slow starter. In fact, Dre, the fight we did against Egis Kaviaskis, Egis outlanded Crawford total punches over the course of the first 3 rounds. What should be Brook's approach early on?
Well, he can't get reckless, but he needs to start fast, start picking up that jab. I think Brook is realizing right now that Terrence Crawford is a lot longer than he realized, and the space between, where he is now and actually hitting Crawford is a lot further than he realized. But yes, coming off 11-month layoff, being, a slow starter historically, the first few rounds, Brook wants to win those. But it looks like Brook is playing Crawford's game now. He's watching, he's studying, and I don't think he can outthink Crawford. He's got to start to let those hands go as he comes behind that left hand.
See, Brook thing is timing. That's his thing. He wants to time Crawford on the way in. Brook also has a great jab, a sharp jab, a strong jab. And you can see Terrence Crawford trying to figure out how he can land his jab without getting hit. Another thing, Crawford typically comes out in the southpaw stance, but he came out in the right-handed stance, probably to confuse Kell Brook.
He has power in either hand, Crawford. He has finished guys, whether it is orthodox or southpaw, but in recent years we have seen plenty of Crawford, mostly in the southpaw stance, and wildly effective in doing so. Here he comes out as a righty. And there is that jab from Kell Brook as he goes to the body against the champ.
Brook jabbing extremely well right now, not just to the head, but as you just saw, also to the body.
There he throws the right hand behind it.
Brook has a brilliant 1-2. It's automatic. It's his favorite combination, but his jab right now is landing.
He just scored with it accurately upstairs against Crawford.
And that's what it's about. It's about breaking the timing and the rhythm of Terrence Crawford. And you have to do that with your jab. Set it up. The power hand, which is the right hand for Brook.
Crawford looking to close that gap as he goes southpaw for a moment, doubles up the right-hand jab, and then comes with a left. Good exchange here as he switches back to righty. Fascinating first round. Going to take a short break. Back ringside here for round number 2 of our welterweight championship fight. Tim Bradley, in that first round, Kell Brook threw 17 jabs, effectively landed 6 of them.
Look, timing is what Kell Brook is special at. He has a 69-inch reach. You have to understand that. He has the shorter arms in this matchup, but he knows when to throw his jab, and at the right time, at the right distance, and at the right speed.
Funny to say that he doesn't have the reach. I mean, just look at the size advantage. Look at the size across the shoulders, across the back. Look at the muscles popping in the upper body of Kell Brook, and the base he has as well, that foundation with the legs.
And see, what I noticed is that Kell Brook is taking a page out of Egis Kaviaskis. He's being patient. He's waiting. He's looking to counter Crawford. He's trying to get Crawford to commit so he can make him pay.
Jab is giving Crawford a lot of problems right now. You see him thinking, and Brook is doing the right thing. He's jabbing. That's the most important thing he can do right now because it sort of keeps him out of danger. It helps him to kind of create his range and where he wants to let his shots go, and it's also got Crawford thinking. The fight's going to get interesting if Crawford is able to make adjustments. I've seen Brook have a great plan A. He's got a great boxing ability, but when fights get deep and there's time to make adjustments, like in the Spence fight, I don't see him make that adjustment. We've seen Crawford do it in the past. He's going to have to do it right now because plan A, Brook has the advantage.
Spence fight happened in May of 2017. That was the last time Brook fought at this 147-pound limit. He was fighting brilliantly, and then Spence got to him with the power and scored an 11th round TKO with a broken left orbital bone suffered.
You also want to see how Brook takes the shots of Crawford as he starts to land clean, flush shots.
Right now it's a battle of patience. Neither fighter can afford to make a mistake, and as you see, Brook stepped in just a tad bit, and Terrence had combinations waiting on him.
Just fired off a right uppercut, did Kell Brook.
Brook has every punch in his arsenal. He has a strong left hook. He also has a straight right hand and a beautiful uppercut. And as you can see, his jab is giving Terrence Crawford problems, and Terrence goes southpaw.
Crawford switches for one of two reasons. Either he sees something, or what he was doing in the right-handed stance wasn't working.
What do you suspect here, Dre?
I think the latter is true. The right-handed stance wasn't working, and he wants to see if he can get something going from the left-handed stance.
Stop. No.
And a 2 in Vegas. Joe, Tim, and Dre with you here in Vegas. Round number 3 of the championship fight. According to CompuBox, Bud Crawford opponents land just 21% of their total punches. That is number 1 in the world among welterweights. So far tonight, Kell Brook is landing 36% of his punches against Terrence Crawford.
So don't think that Kell Brook is worried about Terrence Crawford going southpaw. He's not worried about that at all because he's used to that. He comes from the Ingles gym. He's used to seeing switch hitters in his gym, guys that switch from orthodox to southpaw. It's nothing to him.
You mentioned the Ingle gym. That is the veteran British trainer Dominic Ingle, who has trained Kell Brook since the start of his career. But Ingle opted out of this world title fight due to COVID concerns because Kell Brook trains in the Canary Islands for training camp. Ingle did not want to travel and then have to quarantine nor come to the United States. So instead, Carlos Formento is the trainer in the corner of Kell Brook. First time they've ever worked together.
I'll tell you one thing that the southpaw stance has done. It's taken the jab away from Kell Brook. You see he's not landing his jab consistently anymore.
Well, when Crawford turns southpaw, he's not even throwing.
That's what happens. That's what turning southpaw does. But it does allow you to land a right hand like Brook just landed on Crawford right now.
The right hand can be the best weapon against a southpaw. And of course, when he is in that lefty stance, you will see that right hand of Bud Crawford, as it is right now, hanging right over the front of Kell Brook.
Listen, Crawford has the reach advantage, but he's going to have to close the distance on Kell Brook. He told us in the build-up to this fight that Brook can't fight mid-range and in close. Right now, Brook is winning the battle from the outside. Crawford's got to slowly start to close that space.
There's that right lead again from Kell Brook. Minutes ago here in round 3. Pretty good start for the challenger, the former IBF welterweight champion. The guy who says he's rejuvenated. 3 fights since he lost the welterweight championship to Errol Spence.
That's how Errol Spence had success against Brook. He closed the distance and started to bully Kell Brook. He started to fight him in close. Brook fought back valiantly, but he really didn't have any answers for that.
See Crawford having his moments there.
I see some swelling already. Some swelling already on the right eye of Terrence Crawford in the right hand, right down the middle that just lands for Kell Brook.
And there's a right hand from Crawford.
Way to answer that right hand.
End of 3. Bernardo in the sport. Shakur Stevenson saying he expects his good friend Terrence Bud Crawford to pick up the pace here. CompuBox has Kell Brook 24 of 99 punches. Crawford 25 of 93. Shakur Stevenson will fight December 12th in this ring against Toka Khan Cleary. Shakur, the recent featherweight champion, now contending at 130 pounds, looking for a showdown for a belt here. Round number 4.
Crawford has to continue to get his lead foot outside the lead foot of Brook to have success with his offense. That will put him in a safe position to let his combinations go. Beautiful right hand.
And the champ gets to him.
Get over here.
Just like that.
Get over here.
Terrence Bud Crawford hits the
6,
gas.
7. Hey, come to me. Come to me. You all right? Yeah. Give you a chance.
One of the best closers in the game. 27 knockouts in his career. Do we have 28 right here?
This fight is also
thundering in. Look at Crawford. Vicious attack to close it.
No.
And he stares him down.
Okay. No.
With his family here, his wife Isha, Miss Deborah, his mom, he does it again. Slow start that.